Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to explore a story that beautifully weaves together the highly technical, often rigid world of software engineering with the fluid, super vulnerable world of artistic expression. We're looking at a piece titled The Narrative Architecture, The Art of Unfinished Pages. And this really isn't just a simple story about two people meeting. It's actually a pretty profound look at how we process our own flaws, our career burnout, and ultimately, our missing pieces.
So let's kick things off by asking ourselves a really fundamental question. What actually happens when code meets canvas? Or to look at it another way, how do we fix a life that is actively crashing? What exactly happens when a burned out, highly analytical mind collides with a terrified, deeply emotional creator? Keep that in the back of your mind because it's going to frame this entire journey we're about to unpack today.
Section 1. The Forgotten Art Portfolio.
Our story starts with this brilliant, inciting incident. A deep juxtaposition of two completely different protagonists. On one side, we have Syed. He's a 23-year-old software engineer who is literally drowning in his work. I mean, his entire life right now is just endless bug fixes, late-night code reviews, and the absolute relentless blinking of terminal prompts. He is in the thick of severe career burnout. Now, on the other side, we have Saya. She's a reclusive artist who completely surrounds herself with physical beauty, finding solace in hidden courtyards to create these breathtaking watercolor paintings. So you've got one person living entirely in this digital realm of pixels and logic, and the other living in a tactile physical world of paper and pigment.
The crazy part is, the catalyst that unexpectedly crashes these two opposing worlds together is just a simple forgotten object. During a rainy morning bus commute, Syed spots this black leather art portfolio, and it's tied with this very distinct yellow ribbon. It's just sitting there, completely abandoned. And for a guy whose life is entirely consumed by the digital ether, finding this very physical, mysterious object suddenly grounds him right back in the real world. Now, when Syed opens that portfolio, he finds these incredible city watercolors. But there is a glaring anomaly that he spots right away. Every single painting has its focal point left completely blank, and it's clearly intentional. On the very last page, right next to a painting of a hidden courtyard with an ancient banyan tree, he finds a signature. It just reads, Saya, the Unfinished Gallery. So suddenly, this isn't just a lost and found item anymore, right? It's a clue. It's a total mystery that sets everything in motion.
Section 2. Debugging the blank spaces. Syed decides he absolutely has to figure out why an artist with this level of talent would deliberately leave the most important parts of her paintings blank. And applying that deeply ingrained tech mindset of his, he tackles this mystery exactly like a software bug. He uses his problem-solving instincts to systematically track down that obscure courtyard from the final painting. This totally analytical process leads him straight to the physical location of that ancient banyan tree, and sure enough, that's where he finds Saya. But solving the geographical puzzle is really just step one. He's about to uncover the human element behind all those blank spaces. And this is where we hit the emotional core of the story, the actual bug in Sia's life. When they meet, Syed learns this absolutely heartbreaking truth. Sia suffers from progressive hand tremors. This physical condition has made her utterly terrified of ruining her own art. So instead of risking a mistake, that fear just paralyzes her. It forces her to intentionally leave the absolute best parts of her paintings completely unpainted. Those blank spaces, they aren't some avant-garde artistic choice. They are a literal defense mechanism against failure. Section 3. Refactoring the canvas.
This brings us to what I think is the most brilliant part of the narrative architecture, where the author takes a rigid coding methodology and applies it to complex human emotion. If you're in tech, you already know what refactoring is. It's the process of restructuring existing code to clean it up and make it work better without changing what it fundamentally does. Well, in this story, refactoring takes on a completely new, beautiful meaning. Rather than letting Sia just give up on her passion, Syed literalizes this concept. He steps in to help restructure her artistic process using deep empathy and partnership. He doesn't just offer advice, he physically sits down right beside her. Syed places his own steady hand gently over Saya's trembling one, carefully guiding the brush. Together, they finally paint those missing elements into her watercolors. And this moment right here, this is why this story matters for all of us. Because we often need someone else's steady support to help fill in our own blank spaces. By combining his steadiness with her vision, they literally turn paralyzing fear into pure creation.
Section 4. A mutual system restore.
But of course, career burnout is a heavy, heavy burden. And the healing in this story goes both ways. Syed isn't just the savior here, he is deeply depleted himself.
Eventually, that relentless pace of the tech world fully catches up with him, and he hits a massive, impenetrable wall of exhaustion. And this is exactly where Saya steps up. To pull Syed out from behind the glow of those terminal prompts, she executes a metaphorical system restore on him. She gives him this incredible custom painting detailing their shared moments. It's a tangible, physical reminder for Syed that a vibrant, meaningful life actually exists way beyond his screen pixels. She grounds him in humanity, just as he grounded her in her art.
Section 5. Unveiling the Masterpiece.
To see the ultimate resolution of their journey and what their partnership actually built, we fast forward a few months. The transformation is just incredible. That once isolated, hidden courtyard where Sia used to hide from the world, it's completely gone. And its place is a vibrant, thriving community space. And anchoring this whole area is a massive wall mural that Syed and Sia painted side by side. The narrative brings us totally full circle, showing the two of them standing together right beneath that same ancient banyan tree, looking at a completed portrait of themselves. The blank spaces are finally filled.
And that brings us to the core takeaway from this story. The powerful thesis of this entire piece is this: life, very much like computer code, is always going to have unexpected bugs, weird glitches, and honestly terrifying blank spaces. We can't avoid the tremors, and we can't always avoid the burnout. But finding the right partner, someone to steady your hand when you're terrified or remind you of the real world when you're completely lost in the pixels, that is what makes building a life worth every single line. True connection is literally the ultimate tool we have for overcoming our inherent glitches. So as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a final thought to reflect on regarding your own blank canvas, whether that's literal or metaphorical. We know the bugs and the blank spaces are going to happen. They are inevitable. The real question is, who is your steady hand? Who is helping you build the rest? Thank you so much for joining me to explore the incredible narrative architecture of Syed and Sia. Keep building, keep painting, and I'll see you in the next explainer.